Greetings, I am Alexander Blucher. Today I want to express the variety of growth in a person's lifespan. I was thinking after discussing asset and liabilities, what are the experience an individual may be going through to venture their growth? Three things came to mind: self-improvement, association or associate, community, bonus, village. Now these are the orders I was thinking, like, okay, if you're going to be on a growth, working on self, and then the people you associate with, then the community, after you are grounded with a friend from middle school or high school or from down the road, you already have who you associate with, or even at work, I should say. And then you have your community of, if you have heard the product of your own environment, the community is after, okay? And then the village, I think, belongs to a situation of everybody knows somebody in that village, from grandpa all the way down to cousins. I think that's after community is a village. It takes a village to raise, right? So let's get into the first term. 1. Self-improvement. The improvement of one's knowledge, status, or character by one's own effort. I was thinking, after you understand yourself, who influences you? Is it the TV? Is it YouTube? Is it someone that you're seeing that started from nothing and they became someone? You have a variety of choices to pick on who influences you, right? Some people may not be aware who influences them, but it's good to be aware what influences your day-to-day, right? Influence, the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. I also was thinking, while working on your self-improvement, forefathers, okay? Forefather, a member of the past generations of one's family or people, an ancestor. So while working on yourself, you have authors that have written books, probably before you was born, to share how to guide yourself in this lifespan that you're living. So even if you do not know your purpose as yet, even if you was hoping for someone in the family to show you the way, pick up a book and trust the process of reading what's in that book, understanding the perspectives. For example, we all have access to the Bible, all right? I think by reading a word, a scripture, start from Genesis if you have to, start from Corinthians if you have to, start from Exodus if you have to, where by just reading the point of views in those books, you get a chance to actually see what the Bible's about. How can you apply that to your day-to-day life? If that's too much for you, there's other books as far as Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, where I'm thankful in my mid-20s, I'm in my 30s now, but in my mid-20s, my mother was able to hand this book to me. And trust me, just the information in there was like, interesting, very interesting. Okay, so the forefathers are the potential of someone that probably was back in time, writing the same or going through the same process, and they're being more enlightened for generations down the road to read it and live through some of the principles and morals. 2. Association. Often in names, a group of people organized for a joint purpose. Another definition states, a connection or cooperative link between people or organizations. 2b, associate. Connect someone or something with something else in one's mind. We have many definitions on any associate. Another definition states a partner or colleague in business or at work. Another definition state, a person with a limited or a subordinate membership or an organization. Lastly, joined or connected with an organization or business. 3. Community. A group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Another definition state, a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. We have here bonus, village, a group of houses and associated buildings larger than a hamlet and smaller than a town, situated in a rural area. Another definition states a self-contained district or community within a town or city regarded as having features characteristic of village life. I hope what was shared today had some common understanding of, it depends how you view it, minor levels from self-improvement, association or associate, community, village. Sometimes as an individual, I know I ask myself, where do I start? And if I'm starting over, where do I start? And quite a few times, I had to start back with self-improvement. I had influencers like Ralph Smart, Teal Swan, Joseph Rodriguez, and many others that kind of guide me along the way on being more humble, increase my emotional intelligence, and be more accepting and receptive to others. As much as I did not understand the Bible when I was younger, I am using the Bible as a tool in my day-to-day life. There's some other books also. I get a chance to understand the Bible a little bit more when I read it myself, from my intake, my perspective, my point of view of what I just read, good or bad. Regards to who I associate with, I think I'm on a mission to help myself and help others, where I'm very thankful to have friends from elementary, people I've known from high school, and the people I've known in the real world. To be in a space of not judging the book by its cover, I think I was not able to judge someone from the outside, actually get a chance to know who they are. It may not be able to find out who they are overnight, but just respect their choices and respect how they're living. I don't have much example in this because we are living in a complex world that is just not one saying that fits all. So I am diversifying my life choices of who I surround myself with. And I am thankful that I've associated with people with good morals and principles. As far as community, I am still working on developing a solid community. And village, I'm pretty sure it'll be something that I could expand my experience in a little bit more to understand. So that was all that was expressed for today. So I was able to come up with this XY axis graph or grid, where you have on your X, you have negative to the left, positive to the right, plus to the right. Okay. And on your Y, you have your negative down and you have your positive up. Okay. Very simple, right? That I was playing around with the idea of just thinking of human behaviors or life experience, where on the negative side, I was thinking of dysfunction, right? On the side of is a plus, a win-win, optimistic. Now, these are the terms I just randomly just put together just to play around with the idea a little bit more. But if you think like a win-win, what will be that vocab word that will make sense, right? And on the plus and negative side, where the X is plus, but the Y is negative, is pessimistic, right? Where we have people that are moving along forward, but they have negative thinking about certain outcomes. On the negative, where the X is negative and the Y is a plus, you have poor morals. Potentially, I think, like, if someone has access to a lot of funds or income, they're a millionaire, but they went through a lot of greed to get that. Or they had to come up with a crazy scheme to get over on people to get that money. So I think that's poor morals. I would think that's poor morals. So I'm just fitting this in on today's discussion, just playing around with the idea. Hopefully it's something that I could continue with and just make sense. I did not get it out of a book or a chapter. If this is in a book somewhere, please let me know. I would like to read that book. But it's just something that just came up and I want to be able to express it, I think that we all need tools in our life, which simple factor, a toothbrush to brush your teeth every day, right? That's very simple, right? Or a cell phone to make a phone call, or a car to get to a destination. So I'm thinking to share the idea of making a financial plan like a bi-weekly tool or a monthly tool where you know your expenses. Even if you're spending money, however, when you look at your statements, you could be able to see exactly, okay, I spend my money however, but at least there's a grand total of where that money is going. Okay? The bank statement is pretty advanced, but let's be able to understand the layout of a financial plan. So per month, we have in the list of our items, our expenses, we have rent, mortgage, car maintenance, car fuel, cable internet, cell phone, electric. Now, I just want to take just one step. Are you listening or are you writing this down? Because I think I'm doing this contribution today so you could be in a position just to grab a pen and paper and write this information down. Yes, there's some professionals that could do it in their head, but from thoughts through your right arm, if you're right-handed, goes into a pen and paper. Okay, you just write it down so you could clear from your mind onto a paper. Okay? So you have the electric, water bill, groceries, medical expense, dining, entertainment, car loan, car insurance, sun pass or toll, child support, gym membership, clothes, books, travel, student loans, self-care, Lyft, Uber rides, daycare, religious or charity, which we know as tithing, okay? And what you're going to do is total all those expenses up, and it's going to equal to something. That's my contribution for today. So I am Alexander Blucher. Thanks for watching. The hashtags will be in the description of intellectual property, hashtag see everyone winning, hashtag black psychology. Take care.